clerks. I want to go back to Sing Sing, one ex-con remembered. Down here, I'm just a bum, but up there, I was on the ball team.
Braves Country Radio, pull up a chair. Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. So, yeah, the short of it is that series against the Mets is going to be enormous. First pitch on the way. The outside for a ball, it's 1-0. So you got to really look at how the Braves may try to manipulate their rotation as the 1-0. Whoa, what the hell was that? An Ephus pitch or something from Vargas? 2-0. Vargas, usually an infielder. The 1-1. He called that a strike? All right, whatever. A 2-1 count. Swing! That ball's belted into right field. That ball's gone. Ephus got slammed into the night. It's 12-0 your Atlanta Braves. 11th home run of the year. Might have been a cheapie. No one will remember that years later. 53-mile-an-hour Ephus. It's not even really an Ephus pitch. I don't know what the hell Vargas is throwing. Because he's throwing it, almost pushing it. As the first pitch on the way to White, he swung on and fouled down the line. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Sliced into right field. Coming over, making the catch is Dylan Cruz. One away. So with the Braves and the Mets tied at 5 games apiece, that series that starts 2 weeks from tonight is going to be enormous because you're going to manipulate your pitching staff because those plays are going to be an Ephus pitch, by the way, comes in and hits Duvall. I don't even know if that thing would even break paper mache, so Duvall will get hit by a pitch and head down to first. Duvall should have charged the mound just out of fun. Matt Olson, first pitch, inside, 57-mile-an-hour Ephus. They said he went around. Olson's kind of laughing. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Sliced down the line foul, 0-2. So an 0-2 count. The only thing you don't like about them seeing all these Ephus pitches, it can throw guys off the next day. And they just got some runs on the board tonight. The 0-2. Good Lord. Balloon on the outside edge. 1-2. The way it will line up right now, whoever Lopez ends up being, because it's pretty obvious Lopez is probably going to the IL. Is the pitch on the way, swung on, banged into the ground. That's going to be a double play. But when we come back, we'll finish up the game and also talk about who the starting pitchers as of today would be for that Mets series.
Hey, to all my parents out there, I just want y'all to know y'all not crazy. Them kids be throwing your forks and spoons away.
If you thought the homeless were running San Francisco now, did you know one of once Emperor of America? Meet America's Emperor. Norton was a Jewish fellow from England who arrived in San Francisco as a businessman. He did well for himself until 1852 when he made a bold move to try and corner the market on rice during trade bans, which blew up in his face. It broke him financially and mentally, so he'd write a manifesto. At the end of it, he declared himself Emperor of the United States. As a joke, a San Francisco newspaper ran the manifesto, and there you have it. America has a self-proclaimed emperor, his name is Norton, and he lives in a boarding house. Less than a month into his reign, he actually put out a proclamation where he abolished Congress on behalf of the American people. After that, he abolished the two-party system and ordered General Winfield Scott to use suitable force to clear the halls of Congress. Norton wore a blue uniform of a Union general with gold epaulets and a rusty battle saber, and never paid take the ferry as part of his executive privilege. Soon he began printing his own currency with his face on it, and on the 1870 census, Norton listed his occupation as emperor. The emperor also wrote letters to Queen Victoria of England, explaining to her why a marriage to him would help strengthen the relationship between England and America. There you have it. Norton, Emperor of America.
Here he comes again.
Hey, my nephew that you've been talking about, he's 3 for 3
Is that right?
That's right.
You know what that sounds like?
What?
ThingsThatDidn'tHappen.com.
Really?
Yep. You know, baseball's not for everyone, man. You know, sign him up for karate or something. All I see is swinging at air.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by our mystery sponsor, a product that is so good that they're paying us to keep anyone from associating it with this program.
George Stallings was the manager of the Miracle Braves of 1914, who went from last place on July 4th to winning the pennant and eventually the World Series against the highly favored Athletics. But when he was dying, so the story goes, one of the would-be, soon-to-be mourners said, "George, what's killing you?" Stallings replied, "Bases on balls."
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Luke Jackson to Chaparro's up top for a strike. It's 0-1. Bottom of the ninth we go. The 0-1 right there on the outer edge. Might have been a little outside, but we'll take it 0-2. So they could manipulate. The short of it is they could manipulate with days off. We still have another day off. As the 0-2. Banged on the ground. We'll do it again. To where you could set it up if you, with the day off on Thursday and another day off right before the Mets series, the 0-2, chop foul. Your 1, 2, 3 in the Mets series, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, could be Max Fried, Schwellenbach, and Sale. The 0-2 swung on, chopped on the ground, fires it over to first. 6-3 put out, 1 away. If you're looking at it big picture too, let's say you do have Max Fried, Schwellenbach, and Sale. And let's say that pretty much puts you in the playoffs. You could still come back and have Sale pitch in the first game of the playoff series. First pitch on the way to Tanya is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. If you want to manipulate a little more, you could go push Schwellenbach back a day and go Fried, Sale, and Schwellenbach, and then you would guarantee that that Sale would be ready to roll for the first game of the playoffs. The 0-2, out wide, 1-2. I think that's how I would probably do it because I want to make damn sure. Is the 1-2 swung on, lifted into center field, left center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. It's going to hop the wall, and it's a 1 out grounds rule double here in the bottom of the ninth. Honestly, in a perfect world, if you could manipulate it enough, I would want Sale to pitch that first game because he pitches that first game in that Tuesday series. He would line up to pitch Sunday, if need be, the final day of the season. If you don't need him to pitch, if you've already got everything sewn up, then you just bump him to game 1 of the playoffs. But they would have to really move some things around to do that. Baker takes the first pitch out wide for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. 4-seamer up top, 1-1. Do they have time off prior to the playoffs? Just today, Beef. The Sunday is your final day of the season. Monday you're off. Tuesday the playoffs begin. The 1-1 misses outside. The head calls it a strike. We'll take it 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Righty lefty. Swing. Hammers it over to second. Luke's got it. Flips it over to Olsen. 2 down. Runner moves to third. Braves 1 out away from getting this game 1 of a 2-game series win. The teams that get the bye, they will be sitting from Sunday till about Saturday. And that's always been the argument, rust versus rest. The last couple of years, the Braves have had those days off, and they've come out extremely rusty offensively. First pitch on the way to Dylan Cruz, who's 0 for 3 on the night, is out wide for a strike. It's 0-1. Cruz batting .204, just recently got called up. One of the top young prospects in baseball, the 0-1. Way outside wide, ball gets away, and the runner will stay put at third. No sense of having a collision when you're down 12-0. Murphy jumped on it pretty quick. In a normal situation, that probably scores the run, but runner stayed put at third. 2 outs, the 1-1. 93 up top. You go around, he did not 2-1. The 2-1 count. Kicks and fires. Swings. Slices it foul down the line. 2-2. Luke Jackson, 35 pitches in. 1 strike away from getting out of this, and it would be a complete game shutout for the entire bullpen. Raylo came in and pitched the 1 inning to start the game that went out via injury. Could have just been precaution, but it didn't look great. The 2-2, down and away, 3-2. 12 runs, 15 hits, no errors for the Braves. No runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for the Nationals. You got a payoff pitch. Jackson comes set, brings it. God looking strike 3. Bender at the knees, and that'll end the inning. That'll end the game. Cruz was trying to draw a walk on a payoff pitch, on a borderline pitch. Rook's going to have to learn he's got to swing the bat in those situations, especially when it's 12-0. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. Atlanta Braves 15th shutout of the season. And Braves scored 12 runs, 15 hits, no errors. Washington, no runs, 3 hits, 2 errors. The Braves, if the score holds in Toronto, will be tied with the Mets. We'll wait to see what happens tonight. Padres will be playing at 9:40. The Diamondbacks are also playing at 9:40. And we're pulling against them as we try to climb back up to the top of the wild card standings. Braves a good bounce back win after a terrible outing last night. 12 runs here in D.C. against a team that's had our number this year. We've now won 5 of 12 games against Washington. We'll try to make it 6 tomorrow night. 6:45 first pitch. Remember, a little earlier to start. It's Max Fried night, and hopefully we'll have some good news or better news about Raylo when we see you tomorrow. Have a great night, Braves country. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. Whiskey for my men. Beer for my horses. The game ball, I think you got to give it to Laureano. 3 of 5 with 3 RBIs. Other guys that contributed, Murphy, 2 hits and a home run. Marcia had a home run. Michael Harris had 2 home runs, though that second one was, I mean, come on. That's why we give it to Laureano, because we had the hits and the RBIs. It was the ones that mattered. And you got to give a tip of the cap to that bullpen. 8 shutout innings from that bullpen. They only allowed 2 hits. That bullpen did in 8 innings. They struck out 8 and walked 3. Have a great night, Braves country.